Today I want to talk about anxiety, not just today. I want to really go into this subject for quite a while. I'm going to make a bunch of videos that connect together. Anxiety is a huge thing that seems to, well, I've got this anxiety, and it becomes a thing, an identity. And clinically, when we look at anxiety, it's something that we have, and it's almost as though we think that it's something we can't get rid of. We just have to learn to live with anxiety, and we just have that, and there's nothing we can do about it. Maybe we can make it a little better, but I don't like that. That's extremely limiting. I like the perspective of anxiety is something we call something that it's a way of being that we've learned habit over the years. It's kind of a byproduct of the way we've experienced life, the things that have happened to us, and the things that haven't happened to us that we've needed to happen. Experiences growing up to be supported, to be ourselves. Okay, when we're supported to be ourselves and to be with what we feel, we start to build comfort with what we feel. And anxiety is kind of the opposite of that, where maybe things happened at certain times in our lives, an accumulation build up, but quite often it comes from a young age when we were never really supported to be who we are. We were never really supported to build our personality. We had expectations put on us of how our parents thought we should be, and we weren't maybe supported to be with what we feel in the way we felt at the moment, that you need to feel this instead, that you can feel that, you can be that a certain amount, but then there's a line where you need to just stop crying and get over it. We're told how to be, how we shouldn't be. We have all these pressures put on us, or maybe our parents did the very best that they could, but they themselves didn't know how to be with feelings and emotions. They shoved them down. They learned to just push through them. You got to just tough it out. You got to just focus on what you want and just push through things, push through what you feel. And we learn to avoid certain feelings, to push them away. We learn that they're bad. We hide them. We start to feel shame about who we are on the inside because we're taught not to be with these feelings, but we have these feelings, so there must be something wrong with us. So we become ashamed of our feelings and fearful of our feelings. But feelings are just who we really are. And when they build up and they build up and they build up, who we are can't be expressed, all these feelings are shoved down and pushed away, it becomes the thing we call anxiety. Anxiety, what is anxiety? Well, imagine years and years and years of all this emotion, this feeling, who we really are, that's being repressed and pushed down. So it's there, it wants to come out, it wants to come out, it wants to live. But it can't because we keep pushing it down. We don't know how to let it out. We don't feel comfortable being who we are. We're maybe a people pleaser. And we maybe need to, we don't want to rock the boat. We don't want to cause trouble. We want to fit in. We don't want to be disliked. And all of these things that end up, these habits, these ways of life that I'm calling anxiety, that they keep the real us pushed down. But the real us is trying to come out and trying to come out. And so essentially anxiety, in the way that I look at it, is we're really not, we don't feel safe to be in the world to be ourselves. It's not safe to be me on an underlying level. Deep down, we don't really feel safe. We can't really fully be us. We can't really fully express who we are. We can't fully do all the things in life that we want or wear exactly what we want because we're trying to fit in. We're trying to look a certain way. We're trying to hold the identity we've built up, that shell of all of the dealing with not being okay with who we are, being kind of taught and learned that, what I feel is not okay, who I am is not okay, what I think is not okay, because I was always told that wasn't okay and I need to be something else. And so anxiety is really the byproduct of that. Okay, it's just a habit, learned, deep, ingrained behaviors on a subconscious level. But it gets stuck in many different areas, in many different ways. There's this mind, body, spirit. But you think mentally, emotionally, physically, we think of our cellular memory, spiritually. It's kind of the disalignment of who we are, where we're avoiding who we are, pushing away, rejecting who we are. So everyday life just doesn't feel safe. There's this sort of underlying feeling that we just, I don't know, I just never feel safe. We can never relax. Our autonomic nervous system just overruns on the sympathetic side, where we're in fight or flight, we're in worries, we're in fears. It's on such a subtle level. A lot of the time we don't even notice it. We build these habits of looking at life in a negative way because we never really feel safe to be ourselves. So everything we look at is kind of seen through that non-safety, and it builds up this habit, and it becomes more of what we call anxiety. So everywhere we go, we feel this, oh God, I feel this uncomfort, I feel this discomfort, this worry, this fear, and so we don't even notice it, but the thought processes in our mind start building up. See, and it starts building into more areas of our life. Our physical body takes it on as muscle memory, and then mentally, we start having these mental thought patterns of worrying, of not feeling good about ourselves, not feeling we can do something, or we do something, we're worried about what people think, and maybe we don't have the confidence. Maybe we do stuff and we do really good, but we never feel good about it because we don't feel good enough inside ourselves, because we've never really been supported to really feel comfort within ourselves. So it turns into a discomfort of life, discomfort of everything, where we're just kind of worried and we're afraid, and everything we do, it triggers this sort of anxiety and this mild sense of fear, and it can bubble up into moments where we just can't do something, where we're limited, and we have this fear, and we call it anxiety, and we end up getting so overwhelmed. Quite often we get this tightness in our chest and in our breathing, and we can get sweaty palms, we can get shaky, and we just feel so ungrounded, and we don't feel good, and it just leads to us not wanting to do something, afraid to do something, afraid to put ourselves out there. We're around other people, and we can't be around other people anymore. It just starts to build up, and we put on this protection mechanism of everything's okay. Maybe we learn to just hold it in, but eventually it starts coming out. Eventually that breaks down, and it exhausts us. We can only go so long when we're in fight or flight and we're in this worry state. Over the years it builds up, and it really breaks our system down, and it costs a lot of energy. So anxiety, it becomes the byproduct of this, just a name, a label of all of these areas that are just really out of balance. And if we really learn and see the bigger picture of what anxiety is and how it started, how it really was a manifestation of not feeling good about ourselves, not learning to be with what we feel, not learning to be okay with our emotions, not learning to speak our truth, not learning to listen to our inner voice, where we've just been downloading what other people say we should and shouldn't do, who we are and how bad we are and what we need to do and how we don't live up to the standard. When we start to really listen to that inner voice, really start to be with our inner feelings, and start to really start to create more positive inner self-talk, and we start to do things with our body to slow it down, to be in the moment, to calm our mind, to actually calm our nervous system, we can get our nervous system to start to balance again, so we're in a safe sort of homeostasis, where the sympathetic nervous system shuts down and the parasympathetic turns back on. And that's homeostasis. That's our normal state of relaxed and calm and feeling good and safe about life. But when we're not feeling that, we're stuck in the sympathetic. We're in fight or flight, and our body is overworking. So we get our mind, our thoughts, our emotional connection to a state of comfort again, where we're okay with being what we feel. And when we can do that, I'm just trying to get away from all the mosquitoes here. When we can start to do that, to create practices that slow our body down, and when we can start eating foods that start feeling good, when we can start managing our emotions, being with what we feel and being okay with what we feel, when we can start to connect with our inner truth, and we can start to speak our truth and our, voice ourselves, really start to get clear about what matters to us in life, anxiety starts falling away. Bit by bit, we start getting our freedom back. So I want to talk about this. I just can't talk about all these aspects. There's so many different parts to what we call anxiety. And so some of them might really resonate with you. Maybe all of them really resonate with you. But I'm going to be creating a bigger picture and talking about all of these areas, because we can move through anxiety. We can get our life back. We can let go of panic attacks and start to heal them, heal anxiety, social anxiety, where we can start to go out in life and follow our dreams and really enjoy what life has to offer, and to really get to know who we are and to start following our purpose and our passion and our excitements. So I hope this video resonates with you today and that this interests you. I'm going to be posting more of these videos, but they're all going to be on my website, and you can look up specific issues on my website as well. And I'm going to be building more and more videos on top of what I already have. I already have a lot of videos on there that help people for free, because not everybody can afford to go see a therapist. I help people. I'm a therapist. I specialize in helping people move through anxiety, to heal themselves, and to connect back to their body and to find out who they really are and live a life of purpose, and to be able to manage their emotions in a healthy way on a day-to-day basis. And I have a program that helps people as well. It's included with my sessions, but that's not what this is about. These videos will help you for free. They'll help you build a good foundation to start to be able to do this on your own, if that's what you want to do. And if you want to ever talk to me, I do offer free video consultations for an hour to see if it's a fit to work together, if you're drawn with the way that I work. But for today, I hope you've got a lot from this video, and that it opens up a possibility that, I can heal anxiety. I can get past this, because you can do it. It's just a matter of understanding it, and then understanding what you need to do to make the changes, and bit by bit, motivating yourself to just do little changes every day, and you'll get there bit by bit. My name is Arnie Peterson from Awareness and Health, and I'm from Victoria, BC, and I'm really looking forward to hearing how this goes for you. If you have any comments, and if you have any interests on particular topics, please share them with me. And my contact information is easy to find. And so I hope you like this video, and that the next one that resonates with you as much as this one. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day.